I've been writing and drawing comics since I was 9 years old, but I only got into digital art last month after I graduated college and bought an iPad with hopes of starting a webcomic in the next few months. To help me practice and hone my art style in digital form, I've decided to make a massive collage of as many Marvel characters as I can and document them here on this channel, starting off with, of course, Spider-Man. Who better to start off with, right? Now, I haven't drawn Spider-Man that many times throughout my life. As a kid, it always really bothered me because I didn't know how. The webs always seemed so complicated and so tedious, but once I realized that it all starts at a center circle between his eyes and just spirals out, it became a lot easier and really a lot of fun to do. Speaking of the eyes, looking back at it now, I do wish I'd redone his left eye since it doesn't look as good as the right. But as you can see, I didn't do that and I was already off to drawing his hands. A bit difficult trying to figure out the right angle at first, but I think it ended up okay. Here comes the other arm and torso. We're not going to be doing full body because I want to be able to fit characters under him and above him. So we're just going to cut him off at the bottom of the torso. Spider-Man is a character who has a lot of different designs, but his original design is so iconic that most of them are just slight alterations of that. With other characters in this project, I think it's going to be very interesting to decide which version of them to represent. But with Spider-Man, so long as you have the basic points down, you have a Spider-Man that everyone will recognize as this character. On that note, I only used one reference photo while drawing this, just the main image that the Marvel Wiki uses for Spider-Man. So I took that, put him in a front-facing pose. I think most of the characters we do here are going to be front-facing, so you could just be looking at all of them straight on. And then, obviously, adapted it into my art style. So some cartoonier, more basic shapes for the head and body and everything. I think it's pretty interesting for me to start with a character that doesn't have a face. If you don't know my art, you're not going to see how I draw faces until we get to a character with it. Anyway, we are now on to coloring him, as you can see, and I chose a red that I think, again, fits Spider-Man pretty well. It's a little bit of a pinkish red, not a super saturated one. The web shooter was kind of difficult to figure out what to do with it. With Brand New Day coming out, he has these massive web shooters in that movie, so I tried to make them maybe a little bigger than they should be, since that's just what's been on my mind right now. And then, of course, we end with a nice shade of blue. I always like giving Spider-Man a vibrant blue whenever I draw him, but one that I think still works with the rest of the design. And with that, we wrap it up. I just added some lighter blue highlights, and I'm going to color in the eyes and the web shooter, and we'll be all done. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments who we should add next.